Hi, Chapters Indigo readers. I'd love to answer some of your questions as we all get excited to see Divergent on the big screen in March. My involvement with the movie was, I think, exactly what I wanted it to be. Had a good relationship with all the people who were working on it and, kept my door open, so to speak, for any questions that they had about the world or the story. But I really just wanted to focus on doing what I know how to do, which is writing, and to stay away from the things I really don't know how to do, which is movie making. And the people who signed on were just really kind, very thoughtful people who really loved this story. So it was not so difficult to hand it over to them. The challenge of switching point of views was challenging. It's kind of hard to switch from one character's head to another, especially if you're writing in sequence and you have to alternate very quickly, because the chapters will be 5 to 10 pages each, sometimes longer and sometimes shorter. And that's a pretty fast, bounce back. So I tried to do that as I was writing with the rough draft, but about halfway through the book, I gave up and I just wrote it all in one voice, and then I went back to make sure that the voices were distinct. So I, would rewrite whole sections and whole chapters to make sure that they really reflected each character. So I had a list of, characteristics for each character's voice. So Triss's voice is direct, straightforward, and repetitive. Tobias's voice is a little more poetic. He speaks in longer sentences, and he doesn't withhold from the reader. He shares everything. And that's something, Triss is, she'll say something vague, but she pulls back from the reader. But Tobias it's more like a stream of consciousness, and not necessarily in the run-on sentence way, but he just lets you see everything, which is a little strange considering how guarded his character is. But I liked that tension. So keeping those things in mind was the big challenge of writing in more than one point of view. And, hopefully I'll keep learning how to do that better as I go. I always knew how Allegiant would end, yes. The ending of Allegiant is actually maybe the only thing that stayed consistent from my outlines from, the second I finished the first book. So the ending stayed there, even though all of the other things about the second and third books changed. It's something I was building toward and something that I kept in mind as I was structuring the first two books so that, there would be kind of a parallel structure among the three books. It's kind of part of the plan. I mean, once you have a character who's grappling with what selflessness is and who always wants to return to her family and to the people that she loves, I mean, I think it's sort of building toward this place.